record.
Okay, so we've had a massive day with our master classes and everything, and Adriana and I were just chatting about how our perspective in our business has changed with everything that we've had to overcome in the last few years, and how different what we teach now is from when we started, and we were doing those podcasts and that in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, like it's the journey of anyone who has a business, like you start with an idea and you must start with an idea, you can't just wait for the right moment. It's like having
Oh, there's never a right moment, right?
Yeah. And then we started and we had, like our vision, like how we can help. And then we had our own challenges in our own business, finding the right people to work with, finding the right coaches, finding the right marketing people, like it's all really a journey. And at the end of the day, we realized we actually had to learn everything. And our perspective has changed. And what we are teaching now, we can teach so much more what we taught in the beginning. Also, we were talking about that, we created our online platform, and we went through all this
How
hardship.
many times have I built that platform? I have, like, we worked it out. It was probably, luckily I learned to do it myself and everything, but like it was about $60,000 worth of building, rebuilding. Oh no, that's wrong. It doesn't work. Hang on, let me go back and find out. Like how many, even with everything we've done, with so many times we've, you know, gone and followed what we thought was right, and then realized, no, we have to go back and learn it for ourselves from the
Yeah,
beginning.
and even the platform what we are using, even just to find a good CRM, or
Mhm.
even just to find a good platform when we are hosting all our courses and creating our landing pages and everything. And this is when like you start as a coaching company focusing on hair and beauty, and then another industry comes in, Pilates industry and yoga industry is coming in, and then you are creating your digital program, and then you're realizing like that's not good enough, so you need to level up, and then you need to create a hybrid coaching program. And
And
then
then
Johnny is building, like all these programs in different platforms, because as we grow, the platforms are not growing with us. They don't cater what we need. And then poor Johnny, it's really the journey. But once we go through all this, and how many times we said far out, we have to, wipe it off, start all over again, and we ended up where we are right now, and we love our platform. Our education portal is really, really good. We learned about websites because really, like once you start a business, you think, you just need a pretty website, which
yeah,
is what
so
we
not
do.
true.
And we had
Yeah.
a wonderful girl, we worked together, and he built us a really pretty website. But that website never talked to our customers, and we had to learn all those things. And now our website is so different. And basically, what happened, Jody just became this platform building copywriter, marketing guru. Because
And even now, all the marketing and that we do, like having to learn what a pixel is. Now, everyone's heard about them, like if they're thinking about marketing, or, they've been in those Facebook groups where they're, there's a couple of big ones for entrepreneurial women and stuff. And so everyone's kind of heard of a pixel, but I remember when I first heard of it, I thought it was the size of the camera. not not the not what's tracking your data, like. And then
yeah,
and learning about SEO. Well, SEO is keywords, but all the gurus call it SEO, which makes us all get a bit scared, like, oh,
it's
what
almost
does
like
that mean?
SEO.
Yeah, it's all another language, all the acronyms and everything. And
Yeah.
then setting up the ads. I mean, how many of us, even when we first started, we used to boost a post and think, oh, that'll get it. Or the follows for follow. Remember when you go into, and God love them, we educate people a lot about the follow for follow,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work unless you're an influencer and you're trying, or
Globally.
or a product based business, and all the rest of it. um it's not going to work. But everyone thinks I need more followers to get more reach. No, you need the right followers and have the right formula for what you're reaching, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So we went through lots of learning, and I think, sometimes, and we were talking about this with Jody, like sometimes we feel, because we worked so much behind the scene, like really, like very small amount of people knows what we are really doing, and who knows us, they know, like how good it is. But now it's time for us basically just to share
We
our
have to,
stories and share, like how we overcome, hardest and hard times, because this is how it is. We have this gorgeous and beautiful platform, really good teaching what we are doing, but it's people who going to come on board right now, they only going to see the shiny things, yeah.
yeah.
And no one will know, the learnings, what we had to do. And also, the misconception, and everyone going to obviously go through this, like whatever you don't like in your business, you want to delegate. And it's really good, because we are all about delegations, but you need to find the right people, because, we actually...
And you need to understand what you're delegating.
Exactly.
Sorry, jumping in on that, is that it's not only finding, how many times do we find like who would probably be the right person now if we went back to them, because we understand what we're asking them to do, instead of just giving them a whole pile of, oh, these are all our videos, these are all our recordings, can you create something? No, they can, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, like there are very few companies or entrepreneurs we met who actually has a structure behind what they are doing, because that's one thing when someone comes and wants to delegate everything for you, to do it for you, but then you need to be able to ask the right questions to figure it out what they really need. Because we learned also, like people, they think what they need, but they actually need something.
Two different, they're poles apart, aren't they? What you think you need, and this is what, when Adriana is teaching about the Band-Aid effect, and when I go through it with the marketing, and that is that what the problem, the pain point, is what everyone thinks that they need to have fixed, instead of what's caused that pain point, so
yeah. So the thing is, like they want to fix, the backache, but they don't look into it, why that back is aching, and what they could do, like strategically, like to help that back not to ache. Maybe you just have to work on your core. So all those things what we learned, and there is so many stories, like what we have really the last 5 years we are working together.
5 years, yep. And look, our sleepless nights, we've had sleepless nights.
Plenty.
Like when you're starting a new business, doesn't matter how much, knowledge you've got and how to make it work, you're still going to have sleepless nights. Anyone that thinks, a business that's under 5 years old, no matter how long how many times you've had businesses, you're not going to have sleepless nights, then I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah, it will. And like sometimes those are all your own limiting beliefs, or sometimes your own little itty bitty shitty committee, and all your self-talks. And yes,
and some days it's just a crappy day.
Some days it's just a really shitty day, like so the way you want to. And this is, like when sometimes me and Jody, we say, all right, we finished for the day. That was a midday. And you go, I go, because nothing seems to work. And then next day, you give that space for yourself, and next day you can actually accomplish everything, because it's a new day.
And that's the difference between the people that never make it work, is that they don't get back up and go at it again. They think that, like, just because it didn't work right that day, that it's not going to work right at all. You've just got to keep getting back up. And I think everyone says, like, you can only judge your successes by how many failures you've had before you get there, right?
Yes, and then really, it's very, very delusional to think that, whoever succeeds, they just succeeded. And you don't, like, people, they don't really understand, the learning behind. And all the successful businesses, they are successful today because they didn't give up. because they had, like our coaches, one of our coaches had, now they're making like, I don't know how many millions Ryan is making.
I can't even count them now.
$40 million or whatever.
That's a thing. Yeah.
And at one point, like he had to actually pay with his credit card for a course to keep going. And like if he would have gave up at that point, he wouldn't have this multi-million dollars huge coaching business and really good name and resilience. Now whoever join into his business or to his courses, everyone thinks, oh my god, this is so good. But it took for him 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years to get there. So this is why I'm saying, when we start to work with people, before even we start to work with people, it is not a short-term plan. You will be able to see some changes if you put some serious work done around the third and fourth month mark. But until then, you're just going to put your head down and really, like you're just going to experience work. And in the beginning, it's going to be more work than you have. The only good thing about it is actually a structured thing. So you know what you are going to work towards for. But it's, it's not an overnight success. None of the overnight successes are actually a real overnight successes. They are years and years and years of hard work. And what we were talking with Jody about, like basically for our company, really, we worked so hard the last 2 years that our little, tribe knows about us. But basically, like not many people knows about us. And then we know people who are really noisy on the front part, social media and everything. But, like what they offer is so much smaller and they are still good. But, like what we created here in the quiet at the back, is actually enormous, because now we are not only can have, hair and beauty and Pilates, but, like if you are someone, and that can be hair, beauty and Pilates and yoga, but if you want to create a course, and if you need a course platform, then we can help. If you need a strategic marketing website, we can help. If you need a quiz to drive clients into your business, we can help. Or if you need landing pages, we can help you to create landing pages. And these are the things which...
Slow up. Don't make my bucket too full, girlfriend.
But, like you grow, and it's actually quite exciting. And
that's like what you're saying, like we're working with like our private clients. This is what we don't advertise for, but our private clients, we have construction, we have security industry, we've got NDIS providers, we've got content creators for mindset coaching and life coaching, and there's a whole different structure here for our one-on-one clients. And if there's someone that is really motivated and they want realistic, then yeah, we're there to support everyone, and we've got the knowledge, and we've got, and whatever we don't know how to do, we have the contacts that we can say, you need to go and work with this person.
Yeah. And I think that's true for every single business, like you really need to be transparent with your customers, what you can do and what you cannot do for them, because especially now, like during this economic after, the pandemic, or I don't know if it's still pandemic or not, but anyway, officially, I don't know if it's finished, but
I don't know.
but realistically, like it's really what people want. That people want good, honest, reliable relationships with businesses, between business. So this is what you need to be aware of, like how is your business matching with what the audience wants, what people want, because people are worrying about the their business is maybe going to suffer or not going to survive. The thing is, if you jump on the wave and keep swimming, then you will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a growth mindset and you go for it and you find solution, you will be fine. It's not going to be easy, but it can be simple. As simple
Yeah.
as swimming, and as simple as, like making sure to find the right solution. If you don't do that, then unfortunately, like you're going to stagnate and you're going to start to seemingly move backwards because everyone else is going to move forward. And even if you don't change anything in your business is going to go backward. So this is when you need to make a decision, because people are out there to purchase your products and become loyal clients to you, but are you that business which business is going to go and every single time improve yourself based on what your audience, what your customers, clients needs? Because this is, I think, the most important, to listen what they need, and then to actually put the effort in there and create that for them. This is how we ended up with our advanced hybrid coaching program, because when we started, it was, everyone was doing just a digital program, recording. People bought the recording and that's it, off you go. And then we realized, like that's not good enough, because there is no relationship, like there is no help. And this is when we started to change things, and we started just with a very simple thing, which is Q&As. And then we realized that like it's actually not enough. So we needed to create another layer of help. And it's all effort, like it used to be so much more simpler. You sold, like 20 recorded sessions and off you go. Now it's very, very different. And it's very advanced, because basically the way we are doing it, there are not many coaching companies who are doing the same way.
Not what we're doing, especially not in the platform, hair, beauty, wellness. No, there's no one doing what we're doing, which is cool. But it also means that people don't know about it. So that's, one of our big challenges at the moment, is getting the noise out there and, turning up, having to turn up. And, it's not always easy to do that. Like everyone says, turn up, engage with your followers and all the rest of it. Adriana's coaching, and she's got the private coaching plus all the recording and all the rest of it. And I have all my stuff, and also being a mum. What a lot of people don't know is I've got 2 autistic kids. So there's another layer of having to deal with all that. And you just have to make time for your business. You just have to you've got to some days you just got to push through and get through the uncomfortable.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's really good. And what we really decided a couple of weeks ago, and we are still planning out, but we're going to be focusing a little bit on sharing our stories, sharing our personal stories, because both of us, have a very, very different life, Jody and me. And we both of us have had to come over, lots of hurdles, lots of limiting beliefs, and somehow, like our journey is just, connected. And you will learn how different people we are, but how well we are working together as business owners, business partners, and also as friends. Like it's more than likely we are a very unlikely, people.
Unlikely. If you met when you first meet us, you wonder how, we're 2 polar opposites, but each other's strengths complement each other's weaknesses, I think. And that's the beautiful thing about what we do. I'm a lunatic and Adriana's Zen. So
and we have the respect and appreciation towards to each other. So that's really something which is helpful. And like if you are interested about all these stories, we are more than happy, to invite you to come to our little story sharing half an hour. because really, you know, like we learned a lot about partnership. Many times people are asking us, you know, like, you know, like I want to have a partner, you know, like how am I going to about partnership? And we need to be very, very upfront about it. You know, like partnership is not for everyone. You know, like it's actually can be challenging if you don't have everything outlined, if you don't have the respect, if you don't have the understanding about, you know, like you do your part, I do my part, and everyone has to do 110%. It's not that kind of collaboration, you know, like when one does 150% and the other one sits back and does 20 or 25%. So it's really self-accountability, accountability towards to each other. And it comes back, you know, very basics when we actually start to work in the morning, you know, like we actually every single morning we connect to each other. Do you want to have a quick Zoom? What are you doing? And, you know, do you need any help? And then everyone goes off and everyone does everything. But
and we do that every morning. Like it's usually Adriana will message me and see if I'm alive or where I'm at, because I get easily distracted and my nose goes into something and I'm sat there at the computer and I've completely forgotten the rest of the world. So Adriana will be like, are you alive? Where are you?
Yeah, but it's all good, you know, and partnership can be amazing. So thanks God, we are very grateful. It's working perfectly for us. It's really, really good. But as I mentioned, it takes to, you know, mature and you know, responsible person to actually to work with partnership. And also what really helps, you know, like it's really, we are two different people. My strength is Jodi's weakness. Jodi's strength is my weakness. And, you know, we still working towards to, you know, strengthening ourselves in our own weaknesses. And also, you know, like are we upset about or to each other? Sometimes, of course we do. Yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes we get angry and sometimes we get frustrated, and that's okay. But communication is very important. And sometimes, you know, communication is really difficult because I'm a communicator and Jodi sometimes just shuts down. And this is when I say, all right, so let's take a break. And then, you know, like sometimes, you know, like we need a day break from each other, and then we can come back and then we can start to work together. So, you know, like this is, I think, the reality of partnership. And luckily it's really working for us. But
and being and making sure that you're not offended by the other person's way, their coping strategy, and just knowing like, okay, this isn't a personal about me. And 9 times out of 10, when someone's having a conniption, it's actually probably not what you think they're having a conniption about. It's everything else that's led up to that point. So that's why Adriana's she's really good at that, because I am more reactive than she is. But in the same token, you know, it's you also learn so much about each other and about yourself by being with someone. Oh, someone's at the door.
all right.
All right.
I think we can stop right here.
Stop here and we'll say goodnight. And we will do this in the morning.
Yeah, and you know, we will see. If you like it, we will do more. If you don't like it, we are open for your feedback and suggestions. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Bye
All right. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.